Is this you? You wake up already scanning your body, wondering if today is going to be one of those days. You analyze every twinge, every ache, trying to predict if a migraine's coming. You research each symptom that you're feeling. You take another pill, you read another article, you do all the things to try to stop it. We get caught in this cycle of obsessing over the pain itself. And honestly, why wouldn't we? The pain hurts. It stops us from working, from showing up for our families, from doing the things that we love, and it can land us in the ER. It can ruin a weekend, a vacation, a holiday. And the scariest part is we don't know how long it's going to last. Of course we obsess. Of course we chase every possible answer. But here's the question that we don't often ask. What about the emotional toll that it takes? Migraines, they bring anxiety, that constant fear of the next attack, always wondering if you'll have to cancel plans, always holding your breath, waiting for the hammer to fall. They bring depression. You start to feel like the sick one. Your family thinks of you that way. Your friends think of you that way. You get tired of explaining how bad it is. So you just stop talking about it altogether. You smile, you say, I'm fine. But inside, you're drowning. They bring numbness. You try not to be numb. You want to stay engaged to enjoy life. But when you're constantly being knocked down, numbness becomes a survival mechanism. It's like your brain says, if I stop feeling, maybe it'll hurt less. They bring anger. Why me? Why my family? Why now? Why when I finally had plans? And that anger just doesn't stay in your head. It spills out. You get short with your spouse. You snap at your kids and you carry guilt on top of the pain. There's even skepticism, skepticism that anything will work, that this new doctor, this new supplement, this new plan will actually be different. That exhaustion of always trying and always being disappointed. This back and forth cycle, it's exhausting mentally, emotionally, physically. And here's the piece that many people miss. That exhaustion, that emotional stress, it's actually part of what's fueling your migraine. Here's the science. When you live with the pain and the fear, your body, it stays in fight or flight, right? That survival mode is great if you need to run from danger, but when you're in it day after day, year after year, decade after decade, your system never resets. Cortisol, that stress hormone, it stays elevated. Your heart rate and blood pressure stay high. Your digestion slows, your immune system weakens, and inflammation builds. That chronic inflammation builds. Chronic stress equals chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is the driver behind the symptoms that you're feeling. It's the driver behind migraines. Not just the pain, but the whole cluster, right? Fatigue, brain fog, allergies, joint pain, even poor sleep, all of those symptoms. Now, I've had women come into the Freedom from Migraine method telling me flat out, mindfulness isn't my jam. They just wanted the food plan, the checklist, the to-do list, the to-don't list. But what I see over and over is how much shifts once they start addressing their stress response. Now, Marie told me, a graduate of the Freedom from Migraine Method Complete program, she told me that she hates to even imagine where she'd be if she hadn't joined. Before, she was depressed, worried, and completely lost. Jasmine said she was most proud of finally putting herself out there in the group, being honest about what she didn't know and what she needed help with. That simple honesty gave her strength she didn't know she had. And Ellen, she said that she had spent years just pushing through, acting fine, but inside she was crumbling. Through the work in the Freedom from Migraine method, she felt seen, heard, and supported for the first time in years. And I've heard it from others too. One woman told me, I didn't believe in this stuff. I thought I just needed the right diet. But once I started calming my stress response, I started sleeping better. My brain fog lifted and my pain lessened. Another said, I never realized how much fear I carried every single day until I finally learned how to let some of it go. Why would you not be carrying fear every day? I mean, I had migraines every single day. I had pain every single day. I had pain pretty much 24/7, but I still had massive fear. Oh my gosh, is it going to go from a level 2 today to a level 7? It can't. I'm with my children by myself today. I have to drive them places. I have to do things. I had fear every single day that, and this is so bad, but I prayed most days to keep it at a level 3. I didn't even pray to have it end because I didn't think it would, but I prayed to keep it at a level that I could function. This is why emotional health can't be ignored. Stress doesn't just live in your head, it shows up in every part of your body. Migraines, joint pain, fatigue, allergies. So often, these are stress responses in disguise. Here's the hard truth. Our culture, it glorifies the people that push through, who keep quiet, who never complain, right? But bearing emotions, it doesn't heal you. It makes you sicker. That's why inside the Freedom from Migraine method, we do not skip this piece. We have a mindfulness coach, and we have built a supplemental course dedicated to emotional health and brain rewiring because it's not enough to know the right foods or the right exercises. If you don't reset the stress patterns, your body will stay inflamed and you will stay stuck. So I'm going to leave you with this thought today. What are you most proud of in the last few months? Maybe it's being honest about what you need. Maybe it's finally putting your health first. Whatever it is, I want you to take a moment to recognize it because supporting your emotional health, it's not extra, it's essential. And we can start with simple questions. What are you most proud of in the last few months that you have done for you? All right, so take a deep breath, let it out, and remember this: your emotional health is directly tied to your physical freedom. Don't ignore it.